the intel. Here we are on the 17th, which is a curious number, isn't it? What number is the 17th letter in the alphabet? Oh, that's right, the letter Q. Okay. We had information today that showed that we were getting the fact that the release of everything, and that's generally how they say it, the release of everything, really started at 8 p.m. Notice the number 8, kind of a favorite number of the Chinese, number of new beginnings and prosperity. Well, at 8 o'clock Pacific, everything started to fund downstream, at least to the paymasters. Now, there was a 24-hour hold, I think, while those funds settled. And then tonight at 8 o'clock Pacific, which is 11 Eastern, coming up in, a couple hour and a half or so, we're supposed to have a continuous release downstream. Now, we don't know if it's going to be from, let's call it, upper paymasters to lower paymasters, which is the case in some cases with groups, or whether it's going to proceed tonight and overnight from paymasters to group participants, where they would have it essentially happening overnight and have access to funds tomorrow. That's a very real possibility. And that would be for example, possibly, if this is occurring as we expect, this would be the core group and possibly one or more of the so-called admirals groups of the groups with the 120 paymasters. So, we don't have that absolutely confirmed, but we've got intel pointing toward that occurring. The other thing is, what does it do for us from there? Since we are in our own internet group that we refer to as Tier 4B. I've heard from one of my sources that the information they're getting is saying that we could be there overnight tonight or tomorrow with what we're looking for, which is the emails to be released from the secure server, okay, and 800 numbers contained therein, meaning in the emails, and also given to me to make sure that they get out to people that may not have emails that they know. Because they don't know everybody's email, because some people were gifted courtesy that they don't even know exactly who they are yet. Some of them they do. But we'll see. We want to put the toll-free number. There'll be two numbers, one for regular currency, let's call it regular currency holders, and then one for people that have Zim and regular currency, or just Zim. That's a separate number, and they'll be able to use that number to set their appointments. All right, so the information is that it looks as though they want this to be complete, meaning for us in Tier 4B, the Internet group, to be complete by and including a week from tomorrow, which would be Wednesday the 25th of November. And Thanksgiving is the 26th, obviously, a week from Thursday, which would be off. And the theory is that the redemption centers do not reopen, but rather Tier 1 and Tier 2 banks are open starting the 27th for what we would consider Black Friday, which everybody's doing Black Friday already in most cases, but what was traditionally known as the day after Thanksgiving or Black Friday would theoretically, at this point, be the start for Tier 5, which is the public, the John Q. public. Okay? So, that gives us quite possibly either 7 or 8 days to exchange, which is enough to do currency and to get the currency in and get the ZIM in and all of that. So, it's doable. The timetable that we have is doable, but guess what has to happen? We have to get numbers and get started, don't we? Yes, that's what it takes. It takes the emails going out, and it takes the numbers coming in so that we can put those out. I'm going to put them on our website. Bob will take care of that for me, or Raleigh. We'll put the phone numbers on the website, front page. We're not going to hide them. We'll make them available, and we'll send them out in our own emails so that people that don't happen to look at the site might check an email that comes from us that would have the toll-free numbers that they can use to set their appointments. So, if you would like to be part of that and you're not yet registered on BigCallUniverse.com, go to that site and use your email to register. You'll get an autoresponder back to you, which could go to your spam folder, so check that. Anyway, chances are if you enter your email correctly, you will get your autoresponder come back to you. Okay? Further to the timing of this week, we know of people that have been told that they would have available. Now, this is a situation where some of these people are in small private groups called privates, or they might be whales because they're super big in terms of what they have in currency. And we know of some people that have been told that they can come in on Wednesday or Thursday to exchange the same currencies that we have. Now, for them to go in and get exchanged and have access to funds, it should apply to us as well as them. They're not part of a Tier 3 group. They're not part of a Tier 4A. They're just privates. And there's several of these type of people out there. So that's good news. And we have some news that also suggests that people are getting information, getting notifications that they have liquidity and they can come into the bank to gain access to that liquidity starting tomorrow. So things are happening, guys. Things are happening. This has started, and now it's a matter of when is it going to reach us. We're not at the very front of the line, but if, this is the IF, this is if we are truly on a shotgun start, when Tier 4As, which we call the Admirals groups, when those groups get notified, we could very well be notified when they get notified or shortly thereafter. Okay? So we're that close. We are that close. People that are wondering about the election, there's a lot of things happening, of course, as you guys can understand behind the scenes regarding that. I'm being told from several sources that the election itself has no immediate direct bearing on the blessing that we're waiting for. I think they are two parallel events. However, we're being told that the blessing, or the RV as we call it, is independent of the election and the ongoing litigation and results that are still to come from the national election. So, when you think that everything is over, think again. It's not even close to over regarding the election. Now, I think that we have learned patience. We have learned that this has been a moving target extraordinaire. It really has. It's hard to pin this down. A confirmation that looks good one day might go away by the next day. I do believe they want this completed for us before Thanksgiving. I believe they do. Let's hope and let's hold on to that belief. Let's hold on as a community of believers with faith to believe. And let's believe that that is what it is, what is going to happen. I know that Iraq paid out their citizenry. They paid them salaries. They paid retirement pay. They actually paid out oil sharing revenue from oil, sales of oil. They've paid that out. I don't know over what period. I understand the payment actually was from November 2nd. Went back to that time. But, Iraq is on their way. Don't sweat the rates. We're going to be in great shape on rates, on dinar, on dong, on zim, on everything. And main thing to do is consider where you are with your projects to make sure that you have anything that you're going to present as a world-class project, as Sue calls them, a world-class presentation. Make sure you have your projects written down. If you want to use outline form, you can use bullet point outlines. Make sure that you have it typed up, easy to read, nice sans serif font maybe, and use it for yourself, your own copy, and then have one or two copies that you can use at the Redemption Center to give to the people, either as a piece while you're projecting, while you're presenting, or hand it to them after you're done so they pay attention to you as you're speaking. Otherwise, they're going to read or read ahead and not listen and watch you as you're presenting. Okay? So I'm going to use mine that way as a leave-behind piece after I've already presented. Now, as far as preparation, Sue has helped hundreds and hundreds of BigCall listeners, and is still available until this goes to do that. But she's also available to help people that have gone beyond their presentation, have already done their world-class presentations, and that are looking for leadership training, looking to move into the next phase, creating a leadership team, working to develop their own leadership skills, along the lines of what she discussed tonight in her segment. So, if you're one of those people, or you need to have your presentation tuned up, or the best it can be, get in touch with Sue by sending her an email. Number one, you need a PayPal account, $165 for one person on a call with her. And if you add one or two or more people, add $45 for each additional person. Now, once you've found that you have a PayPal account and can do that, then you send her an email, and this is the email address, integratedminds@hushmail.com. Integrated, INTEGRATED. Minds, MINDS, at hushmail.com. Now, put in the body of your email, put your phone number, your cell phone number, especially if you're going to be a group leader for a small group. And, you know, the leadership training that Sue knows and has done for so long would work very well with a small or a large group. So consider that. And otherwise, I would say get that off to her tonight so that she can put you on a schedule. So, otherwise, that's really all that we want to share tonight that we have. One moment. I think we're getting down to the wire now. Let's just finish this race that's been set before us.